Good afternoon, everybody. Rose Thorn here. I'm doing a different kind of video for my channel today, and this one is all about the tarot. I recently did a react to Aphrodite's tarot reading on Amberlyn Reed, and a lot of people liked it. A lot of people expressed interest in the tarot. Those of you that don't know, I do read tarot cards, although I haven't read them in a while. I really don't need to, but I do have quite a few decks of tarot cards, and I know a bit about the tarot. So for those who are curious about tarot cards and how to use them and some tips and advice on them, I'm here to give you the knowledge that I know, and hope that if you're someone and you're interested in tarot, that you can get your own deck and know how to give a good reading. So let's talk about tarot cards for a minute. What are they and what's it all about? Tarot cards are not evil. It's not about any kind of evil energy. Basically, the way that I can explain it, tarot cards, a lot of the times they show you what you already know. They put it in picture form. If you're someone and you have a very strong sense of intuition, or you basically trust your gut feelings, then you really don't need the tarot. But for those who have a lot of questions, maybe your intuition just isn't strong enough yet, you haven't developed it enough yet, or you're just looking for answers to questions, perhaps the tarot can help you. I liken tarot cards to kind of like reading a comic book. You're looking at a bunch of pictures and you're reading the story that the tarot cards are putting out in front of you and just following along with each card and how it's placed. So when it comes to tarot cards, there are many different kinds of decks that you could get. I mean, there are all different kinds of designs and many different languages that you can choose from. You can get tarot cards at metaphysical shops. You can get them on eBay. eBay, in my opinion, has the best selection for tarot cards because there are literally thousands of different decks out there. You've got brand new decks, you've got vintage decks, big ones, small ones. It's really all what's up to you and what calls to you. The most commonly used deck, especially for beginners, is a tarot deck called the Rider-Waite deck. Let me just give you a glance of what they look like. Here are the, sorry, this card's kind of messed up because I had it taped to something. But here's the design of the cards. The Rider-Waite deck is the most popular because it's easy to use. All of the decks that you can get, all the tarot card decks, usually come with a small booklet. So even if you're a beginner and you're not quite sure what the cards mean, you can read the booklets, you can study the booklets and kind of just learn from that. But if you're someone and you're seeking further knowledge, there are many different websites, web pages, YouTube videos explaining further. So if you want to further your education, you can go that route. But the Rider-Waite deck is very popular because, as you can see, you got big clear pictures and you can just simply use the deck. And if you happen to like using the Rider-Waite deck, but you want to check out other decks, well, you've got your experience using this deck, and you can just carry that over to another deck that you might use. Another thing that I recommend for beginner tarot readers, if you're interested in the tarot, there's also a book you can purchase called The Tarot Workbook by Emily Peach. I got this years and years ago for $7, and essentially it goes into a lot of detail about what each card means, both right side up and inverted. By the way, if you do a tarot reading and the card is upside down, whatever the original meaning of the card is, it's basically reversed. Inverted means reversed. So to give you an example of that, let me turn to a page in the book like the Star card. Dignified, which means right side up. Hope, inspiration, a widening of horizons, mental and physical, influence over others, dignified, and vigor. Ill-dignified, meaning inverted, stubbornness, rigidity of mind and outlook, inability or unwillingness to adapt to changing circumstances, or accept the opportunities that change circumstances bring. Self-doubt and lack of trust in others. So right side up, original meaning, inverted or ill-dignified, the reverse meaning. Now, so those of you might be asking, well, how do you know during a reading what the cards are trying to say to you? It's not just the card itself that's important, it's the position of the card. When I do a reading, I will put down one card to signify the person that's getting the reading. I put another card on top, and then another card crossing. And then you've got 4 other cards all on the opposing sides, and 4 in a line right beside that. The cards that are furthest away are things that are going to be perhaps pertaining to the future. The closer the cards are to the center card, those are things that are pertinent to the now. Now, before I forget, some tips that I'd like to throw out there for those of you that are looking to buy tarot cards or get a set of tarot cards. When purchasing tarot cards, I do not recommend buying tarot cards that have been already used by someone. I recommend getting a brand new deck. If you get a used deck from someone, especially someone you don't know what the cards were used for, you don't know what purpose they were used for, so you might be inheriting some really bad energy with those cards. Unless it's somebody you know, like a mother or a sister, or someone that you know and can trust that has good energy, I would recommend not getting used cards. Also, when you do a tarot reading, make sure that you do it from a place of positive energy or calm energy. Never, ever, ever do a tarot reading when you are upset, when you're angry, because that will transfer onto the cards. And once you're done with a tarot reading, please make sure to cleanse your cards in some way. You can do that through smudging. That's a good way to remove the bad energy. And if you're doing a lot of readings, try to space out time between each reading. That gives yourself a chance to recharge, and also gives your cards a chance to rest. So, going back to the Rider-Waite deck, let me give you some examples of how to read the cards. So when it comes to the tarot, different cards mean different things, of course, but when it comes to trying to determine if a card is talking about a person, you sometimes look at the different groups, like cups. Cups could mean someone that's very fair-haired, someone with blonde hair, or strawberry blonde hair. Pentacles, like a card like this, Pentacles can sometimes mean someone with very, very dark hair. And Wands could mean someone with like medium to medium dark hair. Also in the tarot, Pentacles like this also usually signify business or money. So if you do a reading and a lot of these pop up, there usually is a lot of money matters involved, money concerns. I want to clear something up as far as the tarot. There's a couple of cards that always freak people out. One of them is the Devil card. The Devil card doesn't necessarily mean evil. It could be someone who is under the influence of something harmful, or some kind of personal harm going on, like some kind of personal hurt. It could be temptation. You're being tempted by something. It's all in the placement of the cards. Another card that people get freaked out about it, and I'm looking for it right now, it's the Death card. Where is the Death card? Let's see. I'm looking for it. Give me just a second here. I got a lot of cards in my hand. But a lot of people get freaked out. Oh, there it is. A lot of people get freaked out by the Death card. They think death means actual physical death. That's not necessarily true. The Death card could mean the end of something. Could be leaving a job. It could be leaving a relationship. It's the end of something, but it doesn't mean always like physical death. And death could also mean new change. Like you're leaving an old job to go to a new job. You're leaving an old relationship. There might be another one later. The death card is not a bad card, depending on where it's placed. So let's talk about the interpretations of the cards for a second. Let me just go through some of them just periodically in my hand. So the World card, that could mean the world opening up to you. That could be chance and opportunity for new things. That could be you looking out to see what else you can do in the world. Maybe it could mean travel. This card can mean many different things depending on where it's placed and what we're talking about. So that could be a good card. You've got this could be another card. Okay, so when you're reading the tarot, you got to look at the picture closely and also look at your inside feelings. When you're doing the reading, what are your inside feelings? What are your inside feelings telling you? This could be interpreted in many ways. This could be a person who's suffering from personal hurts, mental anguish, maybe stuff going on, and they feel stuck at the moment and they don't know what to do. Again, this is not an evil card. This is just a picture of someone who is bound by something and surrounded by things, and they don't know quite how to get out of it. What's another one? This card could be interpreted as someone who is surrounded by plenty. Cups usually mean prosperity, wealth, an abundance of something, and this could be interpreted as someone who maybe they were involved in something prosperous, but perhaps they're having second thoughts about it, and they're walking away from this abundance of something and just maybe thinking about something else. This card could be someone, a male with dark hair, maybe involved in business. Maybe he's got a lot on his mind. Maybe he's just overwhelmed with money matters. I mean, these cards can be interpreted in so many ways. When you look at the cards, you look at the pictures, and you're essentially looking to see what the story is. It's like reading a story. Like what is the story in front of you in picture form? What is the story laid out in front of you? Looking at the story, thinking about the question for the cards and what your inside intuition is trying to tell you, and also tell the person that you're giving the reading for. Let's see. The Tower card. It's another one that people are scared of. The Tower card. Disaster. This could mean disaster. This could mean, something breaking apart that needs to break apart. Again, this could be positive or negative, depending on the reading and the question being asked and what the other cards beside it are saying. Let's see, another one. Looking for another card. Let's see. This is another cup card. As you can see, this person, they've got 3 cups spilled in front of them and 2 behind. So maybe this person is going through a period of change. Maybe they've experienced a loss. They've obviously lost things, but there's stuff still behind them. So maybe there's a sense of loss, but not losing everything. Just losing part of whatever it is they're losing. So you can look at these cards and really study them, study the pictures, look at them in the reading, and determine what's the story in front of you. Tarot reading is basically about reading a story, interpreting the story, and saying what you're feeling and saying what you're reading. So, I mean, if you're interested in tarot cards and tarot reading, that's basically what you're doing. You're reading a story out loud to whoever it is you're reading for. Could be yourself, could be somebody else. Tarot card reading is not that hard. You get better over time once you get used to it, and you can definitely get a lot out of it. So I hope that this video on tarot reading has helped those of you that are interested in it. If you have any questions for me, don't be afraid to leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you. I'll be very happy to answer your questions. And I hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon. Please take care and have a good day. Bye-bye.